Our next match is John versus Kydyrgali. From the USA, he is 57 years old, 6'1" and 235 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the GOAT, John Brzenk.
Oh man, John Brzenk, the GOAT, the greatest to do it, blessing us with his appearance here. To be honest, we're all lucky to watch him arm wrestle. Super excited to see what this dude has in store.
And his opponent from Kazakhstan. He's just 27 years of age, 6'1" and 231 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Kydyrgali ongarbaev.
The man that John Brzenk feared 2 years ago, this guy was the man to beat at the top 8 95-kilo tournament. John Brzenk respected so much Kydyrgali. We never got to see the match come to be. Tonight, we get that moment. This match here, the winner of this will progress through to face Evgeny Prudnik for that #1 rank in the world at 110 kilos. These guys, phenomenal athletes, two absolute brutal top rollers. Hand control is going to be a fascinating thing tonight. Derek, I'm excited. Here we go, main event.
Man, I mean, anytime you get to call one of John's matches, this is just a monumental occasion, you know. And Kydyrgali has so many weapons, and he's so explosive. I don't see John trying to hold on. I think straps for sure, and we see where it goes from there.
Yeah, expects more speed from Kydyrgali ongarbaev and probably the side pressure initiation. Look for the hand control from John. He's going to try to keep his knuckles high. He's going to try to get control, get a stop first and foremost. But as you say, straps is highly likely. All you can see there, the tension load up between these two athletes. Phenomenal stuff. Moments away, here we go.
Go!
Wow, he can hit like a gunshot going off that one. As we expected, to the straps.
I love seeing John get fired up. I mean, it's awesome to see him in his element and trying to solve these puzzles, man.
Yeah, 58 years old now. 58 years old. This man, almost 40 years ago, reached world #1 rank for the first time. And now here he is at 58 years old. He's coming back for the #1 rank again at his weight category. It's phenomenal stuff. Ongarbaev, no doubt, respects John. This would be such a special moment for him, but he is a weapon in his own right. This first round is going to tell us a big story.
I mean, but is it though? With John being so well-rounded, I mean, regardless of how this goes, he's known for the perfect storm, being able to switch it up. I mean, it doesn't go his way one direction. The next round will be a totally different thing coming at his opponent. I think that's the beauty of watching John arm wrestle.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen him take on other top roles before. I can imagine this match looking like the old Taras Levikin match or something. The explosive side pressure from Kydyrgali and then the side pressure return. Here we go. Oh, look at it. What is this? John Brzenk is firing up. You can see wrist flexion and lats getting involved. Look at the eyes of John. I've never seen him look like that before.
John,
here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I see the
GOAT is firing up.
Center is okay.
Wow.
Straight. Ready, go!
John Brzenk, ladies and gentlemen, look at the GOAT. He is in complete control. Wow! Oh! My goodness. If you doubted John as the GOAT, my goodness, you can't. Look at that man, he's phenomenal. He just dominated ongarbaev there. Dude, absolute domination.
The grizzly GOAT right now, looking in full control, dominance right now.
Wow, look at the replay. There, not only with the stare off happen from John, but he utterly controlled the pronation of ongarbaev. He took away the wrist with his own rise and pronation, and then he snapped it into this hook and just went sideways and finished the job. Amazing stuff.
I mean, I think he might have nullified ongarbaev's most potent weapon, to be honest, even first round. I mean, ongarbaev, traditionally is all top roll and explosivity.
Yeah, we all expected tonight center to be probably won by ongarbaev from the go. We thought the explosive top roll will probably put John on the defense, but we've seen the exact opposite. We've seen dominance from John. We saw the look in his eye. He could feel it straight away. John knew there was nothing that he was fearing there. He took control from the get-go. Ongarbaev is going to have to now defensively top roll.
Yeah. I do think there was a little bit of a stutter in ongarbaev's start. I think he might have botched the start a little bit in terms of speed. But I mean, he's also known for someone with a ton of heart that's not going to give up. So I don't think he's necessarily out of the match by any means.
John, shoulder.
Yeah, we can expect this one to go to straps once again. I don't think John's yet dominant enough to be able to hold on outside the straps. I don't think he'll risk that. And there we go, off to the straps once more. John with a little smirk on his face there. He's still confident. This time, however, the strap will favour ongarbaev if there is a time. Now is that moment.
Open. Palm to palm.
And as an arm wrestling fan, like first and foremost, like this is just the best. I'm just count myself so lucky to be here watching this.
Yeah, it's special stuff. Not only the best arm wrestler of all time, I think he's statistically one of the most dominant sports people ever across all sports. He's won that many titles, 570 odd titles or something crazy like that. He's been dominant in his weight category as a world #1 for almost 40 years. He's beaten all there is to beat the giants, and he did it from a weight category where he was 30, 40, 50 kilos lighter than these guys. And here at 58, he's back, he's loving it, and he's looking dominant again.
Good.
ongarbaev, what's he got?
Shoulder, Kydyrgali. John, straight your shoulders. This center, Kydyrgali. Here.
ongarbaev with a high posted position there, but you can see John trusting his hand.
This center here. Kydyrgali, center here. Shoulders, straight your shoulders. Ready, go!
Better start from ongarbaev this time, but the defense, John. Here we go. The wrist goes back on John. ongarbaev with an opportunity to get the pin here. John holding on, though. The shaking defense there, inch away from the victory. 1 centimeter. There it is. We got a match.
We have a match for sure. So here we go. Now John's in his element. Now we'll see what kind of tools he's able to pull out. ongarbaev utilizing that longer forearm and able to drive up and really get into John's hand and exploit that wrist.
There was never an opportunity for John to get the regrip that I think he was waiting for. He just needed a moment to be able to regather some of the wrist control that he can achieve. But it was ongarbaev's relentless side pressure and the nod of approval from John there as he takes that 1-all.
So what do you think John does here?
Well, interestingly, these guys are both going high. They're both going outside. The strap is a factor. The buckle side, we've seen both guys win when the buckle was on their opponent's hand. John looked incredibly dominant. I think that is going to be a factor again. Kydyrgali ongarbaev is going to be in a difficult position here. I think John's going to return to much the same. I still think he backs himself in the high ground battle. He's going to look to take hand control and isolate the pronation and ultimately take the wrist of his opponent.
I think he flop presses.
Flop press, oh my God, look, I wouldn't run it. We've seen it before from John. We've seen it when his wrist gets taken, John will happily, and you know, when he does it, he commits aggressively too. He doesn't just hold back and try to squeeze it in. Yeah. You'll see a sudden transition from John if he decides to do that. And flop press, that would be a brutal move. At 1 apiece, to do that would be very risky in terms of the hand and wrist. It would potentially ruin any ability to get hand control in the later rounds, but who knows where this is going to go. John Brzenk, Kydyrgali ongarbaev, main event, East vs West number 4. We are 1 apiece.
Ready?
All right, let's have a look at the setup here. We've seen all slips, very explosive slips from both guys. Will anyone dare hold on? I don't think ongarbaev's going to try to hold on. John may flirt with the idea. Let's see. Off the straps once again.
So ongarbaev is able to have the, worry about the tightness of the strap here, having the buckle on the back of his hand. So we'll see how he plays that. But the strap setup and the hand positioning is going to be really important for this one. I mean, depending on what John's plan of attack is here.
So in terms of endurance, who are you seeing at the moment? Who are you favoring at the moment? Who's got more fatigue?
I mean, ongarbaev's the younger guy, man. I have to go with him in terms of endurance, but in terms of utilizing muscles correctly and singling out your opponent, I think John will be a little bit smarter. But just pure endurance, I'd probably go with Kydyrgali.
You can see that low hand application there from Kydyrgali ongarbaev. He really does rely on getting incredibly connected to that strap. His back pressure and pronation remains locked, and he just drags back with his lats. It keeps his biceps engaged. Drives sideways. He trusts that pronation will stay intact. It worked in round 2. Will it work in round 3? John, on the other hand, he's going to look to just control the hand and wrist. He wants to actually bend the wrist back of ongarbaev.
Straight the shoulders.
Ongarbaev has no purchase on the back of John's hand. I mean, look when he closes his hand, he's just barely covering his thumb. I mean, John has a huge thumb.
Yeah, he's all in on the pronation back pressure. Ongarbaev, John with the high knuckles position as well. I think we're going to see defense from John and look for hand control. Round 3, here we go. Great start, John. Ongarbaev winning center slightly, but it's hand control. Elbow foul from Ongarbaev. Restart.
Man, what
Even battle then. Even battle.
Open.
You can see both guys had eyes closed, teeth were grit together. They were both redlining, just trying to get the edge, but it was perfectly balanced right at center.
What an exciting match.
Take a grip.
See John Brzenk slightly tricep side of his elbow, keeping that knuckle high.
Go!
Offensive surge from Ongarbaev, but the defense from John is there. The pronation through the thumb is keeping it alive. Ongarbaev trying to get access to side pressure. John Brzenk, eyes closed, gritting his teeth. He is holding on. The pronation through the thumb is keeping him alive at the moment. Ongarbaev chipping. Here comes the side pressure. Derek Smith might call. Here comes the flop press. Oh! John was about to do it, but the side pressure from Ongarbaev beat him to the punch.
2-1. So, I mean, I still don't think John commits. I don't think he'll commit to 100% to a flop press, not at the beginning. He might try to keep it as an option by maintaining shoulder alignment, but I don't think he tries to hook it Ongarbaev either. I mean, I think he still goes for that option. The option isn't completely bad. It's just a game of centimeters. So I think he tries to topple him again.
Let's have a look at the replay there, because John almost pulled off the shoulder press with that flop wrist. Between the surges of Ongarbaev, you watch for it, John. Here it will come. You'll see he'll in between this surge, he's going to drive. As he realizes his hand is gone, he goes to come forward, but it's cut off very nicely by Ongarbaev. And this is an important round here. We've got 2-1. Ongarbaev, he has the opportunity to get the victory over John Brzenk here. John Brzenk has that difficult side of the strap in the top roll v top roll situation. We know John can do anything on the table. He has all weapons available. What weapon is John about to choose?
I think all things are possible through shoulder alignment. Any of his options in terms of hooking or counter top rolling are all dependent on if he can maintain his hand inside his shoulders, so in front of his belly button, right, instead of outside his shoulders.
See John putting ice in his hand there. That is something you don't commonly see amongst arm wrestlers, but John Brzenk, a big believer in icing his hand. Let's see if this is something that he's obviously, hand is redlining. He's gassing his hand. You can see the effort that he's put into in the rounds earlier. 58 years old, John Brzenk, the greatest arm wrestler of all time. He's in a war with Kazakhstan's #1 at 110 kilos. Kydyrgali Ongarbaev, he is making a statement tonight, but John Brzenk, you can never write him off.
I just can't predict what John's going to try to do right now.
Well, John's the guy that can do the impossible. He is, like, the chips are against him right now. He has the difficult side of the buckle. So straight away you say, if he goes high, it's a hard ask, because he's losing that battle at the moment. The endurance is there. The side pressure of Ongarbaev is proving to be too problematic. I feel like John needs to do something different. It might be subtle. It might be drastic. I don't know what it's going to be, but I can't write John off yet. No way.
Well, John's most potent weapon traditionally is his pronation. His ability to kind of corkscrew his hand from palm up to palm down is his most, like, mechanical advantage. It feels like a hydraulic press. So I think he'll hinge on that in some way. Really have the pronation save him later in the match.
Okay, let's go.
Here we go. Round number 4 coming up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main event, the final match of this East vs West number 4. The greatest arm wrestler of all time, John Brzenk, up against Kazakhstan's Kydyrgali Ongarbaev. It is 2-1 right now, with Ongarbaev leading.
You want to put the strap?
Referee offers straight to the strap, and John says sure thing.
Strap,
Here we go. Let's look closely at the setup.
See, what is John looking for in the straps here? I'm trying to see his setup. If he's trying to set anything up, that's crazy.
Okay.
John looks slightly deeper. I don't know. Maybe that's just me convincing myself, but I feel like John's looking a little bit deeper there than he has in previous rounds. Don't tell me he's going to...
Did he try to hook him?
Does he try? No, he just surely does. I don't know. Ongarbaev's a hard man to force the hook. But look at the depth of John. Maybe.
It's okay.
You can see him loading that back pressure up. I think he's still going for that high hand position. He's just going to back himself in that defense. He wants to get control of the hand and wrist. Sweat pouring off the head now.
Little bit knuckle.
Ongarbaev with the opportunity to get a victory over John Brzenk.
Okay, I will fix the center, but just don't take the grip. Okay?
Calm, cool, and collect, Ongarbaev.
Okay, take the grip. Knuckle a little bit. This center here.
A lot of people, especially at 27 years old, be freaking out right now, being up 2-0 against John Brzenk.
Shoulder,
Or
John,
2-1,
shoulder. Wrist. Kydyrgali, wrist. Ready, go!
Oh, John attempted the hook and no avail. Kydyrgali Ongarbaev has flattened it. And there it is, your winner. 3-1. Acknowledgement there from the greatest of a performance. Too good tonight. Kydyrgali Ongarbaev. Awesome stuff.
Dude, congratulations, Ongarbaev. That last round, able to squeak in that, kind of like a flash pin. I don't know if John looked like he was ready, but he's definitely given Ongarbaev his props.
Yeah, we'll get to see a replay coming up in a moment. John Brzenk trying something different. It hadn't worked. The slip there sent them to the straps. Let's go. I think this is right back to round one. Okay, yeah, look at this. This was, I think, round one when John was really looking dominant. Yeah, that early start. Look at him. He started looking his opponent in the eye, and we thought, oh, my goodness, look at that. Ongarbaev and John snapped it into a hook, and it was all one-way traffic. At that point in time, John was in control, but Ongarbaev, he found a way. He got to the straps and did what he does best. He went side pressure, intense, repeated attacks against John. John was unable to get that pronation through the thumb that he needed to get control of the hand and wrist, and eventually it was too much.
30 seconds. In these later strap battles, John, when he's using that posting ability, let's see, that's the thing that's really stopping Ongarbaev. That was hitting the brakes on him. I don't think necessarily his hand and wrist, but more so his ability to hammer curl. But those explosive hits from a younger Ongarbaev, just in maintaining height in his forearm, I think was really leading to all his offensive surges being, potent.
Yeah, impressive stuff from Ongarbaev as he took control against John Brzenk. It was that round there where, ultimately, look, the decisive round, far too good from Ongarbaev. And now, let's join him and Coach Ray.
So we are here with the winner and new 100 kilo East and West world champion, Kydyrgali Ongarbaev from Kazakhstan. Let's give a round of applause. You just beat the greatest armors of all time. Talk about the match, how you feel. Тебе сейчас был только бой с Джоном Брзенком. Как ты себя чувствуешь?
Мен ең алғашқы мына осы жеңіс қазақ еліне арнаймын. Осындай ұйымдастырушы рахмет. Және де осы мен жарыс дайындаған барлық Шардарам спорт клубына рахмет айтқым келеді. Және де Арман Қарсыбаев ағамызға үлкен рахмет айтқым келеді, ағайыма. Сол бой очень отличный был. Джона я очень уважаю, сильно, он легендарный спортсмен. Я раньше как сказал. Спасибо за все.
He said a lot of honor in facing John. He was very happy he got this opportunity. You've been out from arm wrestling in world level for a little bit. Ты не был, как сказать, ты хотел участвовать в топ-8, не получилось. Сейчас ты обратно. Какие у тебя планы?
У меня планы на этом году чемпион мира станет на 100 килограмм. Если приглашают, да, еще раз, не против.
So his plans this year is to become world champion 100 kilo class in WAF World Championships. And if Engin makes him an offer, he'll come back and do it again. We have to award. Niazi Kurt is going to give the awards to Kydyrgali Ongarbaev. What a few man that has beaten John Brzenk. Kydyrgali Ongarbaev.